Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to In Deep on the Delta's weekly bass report. This is the report for the week of Thanksgiving, November 24th, 25th, might be out a day early. Let's start off with the particulars. Water temperature has been right around 55 degrees. When it's warm like this, it may warm up to 57 midday. I'm looking for that to probably level off and start dropping, so that 55 degree morning temperature is probably going to be 55 steady and dropping as soon as we lose these beautiful sunny days. Clarity is on a range from anywhere from 10 to 12 feet in the backs of the sloughs, where there's no wave action or boat action or wind action that's rolling up the water. Once you get out on the channel, it's about 5 to 6 feet of visibility where we're getting a little more boat action and wind. So all in all, the Delta is in absolutely great shape. The fishing has not been great, so I'm going to combine the reports from Hook, Line, and Sinker and the Outdoor Sportsman. They both pretty much mirror each other, and the word is that both striped bass and largemouth bass, the trend has been on a little bit of a down cycle this last week. Pretty much what we talked about last week for striped bass: top waters in the morning, wake baits in the afternoon, catching a lot of schoolies. If you get into a good school, there are some big fish. The people that I've been talking to on the river have been doing not bad, and they've gotten some bigger fish up to about 15, 18 pounds, some of the people I've talked to. Not a lot, mostly schoolies, but the striped bass down. The word on largemouth bass also on a downward trend. Reports have been coming in that people have been catching fish on Ned rigs, and that might make sense because the water is so clear and we have such good sunlight penetration that the Ned rig might become a player here on the Delta. I haven't been using them, but if you're a Ned rig guy, I think I'm going to start, and maybe that's something we should start throwing this time of year to pick up some fish. Also, a donkey rig has come into play. That's a double fluke setup. If you look on the internet and check out donkey rig, it'll show you how to rig it up. There's some people catching fish on donkey rigs. The good news is that for you folks who have a 4-day weekend, the tides for this weekend are going to be a lot better than what they were this week. So I'm looking for maybe an upward trend this weekend. There's more good news because both shops that I talked to, Hook, Line, and Sinker in Oakley and Outdoor Sportsman in Stockton, are having Black Friday sales. And we'll start with Outdoor Sportsman. 30% off on all Phoenix rods, 30% off on all Daiwa rods, 30% off on all River to Sea baits. They'll have other various things on sale in store. Hook, Line, and Sinker in Oakley, this is the deal for their Black Friday sale. They're selling 5-gallon buckets for $10. 5 of those dollars are going to go to a local charity. You take the bucket, you fill it with whatever you want, it's 20% off and no sales tax. Remember, we need to support these shops. That's Hook, Line, and Sinker in Oakley and Outdoor Sportsman in Stockton. Okay, I'll give you my 2 cents for the largemouth bass part of this report. And I've done no striped bass fishing. I haven't caught any stripers this week, which is kind of weird because generally we have been seeing some stripers in the mix. Let me tell you what I've thrown without success. And I've been throwing an A-rig. Haven't had any luck on the A-rig at all. A little bit of success on an underspin 3.8 Kitech. Nothing to speak of with that. Square bill in crawdad color. A couple of small fish, but nothing really to report on that. I have been throwing some jerk baits. Now, what I've done in the last week, I've gone away from the smaller jerk baits because I was catching so many fish to the larger 5-inch and some 6-inch jerk baits, and they're catching fewer fish, and they're really not pulling any big fish for me. My go-to has been the 5-inch worm this week, wacky rigged, unweighted. I've been fishing that in about 8 to 10 feet of water. I have been fishing it super slow, and it's actually been pretty darn good. I've been able to get decent numbers of fish in that 2 to 3 pound class, and I'm getting more of those fish and fewer 10-inch fish. Hasn't been great, but the deal is if you get out here and you need to catch fish, that's what I would be using right now. All right, I'm not getting big fish, but keeper size, 1.5 pounds. to 2.25 pound fish. Those fish are out here and they're catchable. So you may not be catching a winning bag at a tournament, but there's plenty of those fish from, let's just say, 1.5 to 3 pounds that you can come out and if you really stick to it, stick to it with the worms. So that's the Thanksgiving report. I wish it was a little better, but you know, sometimes you just can't manufacture the bites out here. I think there's going to be an upswing this weekend, so it's going to be nice weather. So if you want to take the family out, it'll be a great time to be out on the Delta. I hope all of you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe. If you like the program, remember to subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, we'll keep the report going. So we'll see you guys next week, and until then, go out and catch some fish and have a good time. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching.